My favourite dish for casual entertaining is paella, or paella as the Spanish say. And in southern Spain, where this dish originates, the men cook it on a Friday. So keep that in mind, girls. Now, it's got several steps to it, and I've started a couple of them already. Warm up a little bit of olive oil and cook off 3 chorizos. Now don't overcook them because they'll be cooked a little bit more later. I'm using a Spanish paella pan, but if you don't have one, you can do the same thing in a wok or even a fry pan that's not too deep. Next, 300 grams of diced up chicken thigh or leg meat, and don't worry if it doesn't cook right through. Once again, we're going to add it later. Now that the chicken and the chorizo are cooked, you'll see all these delicious little sediments in the bottom of our pan. We're going to scrape those up using half a cup of white wine, and that's going to add a delicious depth of flavour to our finished dish. Just keep on scraping and let the wine evaporate until there's hardly any left in the pan. You may need to add a little bit more olive oil and then throw in 1 whole onion chopped up nice and fine, and let that cook until it's beautiful and soft. Then we add our peeled and diced tomato and 2 whole cloves of garlic already minced up. Can you see how lovely and translucent our onion has become? It's time to add our rice. Now you must use proper Spanish paella rice, calaspera, and don't be tempted to use anything else because really this dish is all about the rice. Cook the rice for a little while so that it becomes toasted and also changes colour ever so slightly. I always allow about 80 grams of rice per person, so for 8 people, about 320 grams of uncooked rice. See how the colour has changed slightly? It's become a little bit more translucent. Now we can add our stock. I've got about 750 mils here. At first, we need to add it gradually. About half of it goes in. Now, at this point, while there's still a bit of liquid in the pan, I need to add my special Spanish ingredients. My smoked paprika, about 2 teaspoons, and then my lovely saffron. Now, what I've done with this is I've pounded it with some sea salt. I find that helps it spread its colour and flavour right through the stock. As you can see, this is almost all evaporated, so now I can pour in the other half all at once. Stir that through and bring to the boil. That looks right now. We're going to add our chicken and chorizo back into the pan, and I'm allowed to stir it at this point. Make sure it's all evenly distributed. And just let that cook for about 3 minutes or so. Give the pan a shake, like that. And now we're going to add all our seafood. First to go in are the beautiful South Australian prawns. I've got some jetty calamari too that's going to go in. Keep that bubbling away while we add our Port Lincoln mussels. And now just lower the heat and let that cook away. And at this point, no more stirring. These thin pans are designed to allow a little crust to develop on the bottom. That's the bit that the children and their fathers fight over. After about 25 minutes or so, taste the rice. If it's just about cooked, you can start to add the final flourish of flavours. So I've got a roasted red capsicum. I'm just going to sprinkle that around. And some peas. These are just frozen ones. And if you like, you can add some chilli, some extra salt, a squeeze of lemon at the end. Turn it off and leave it for at least 5 minutes before you bring it out to the table. Now, the perfect accompaniment to a paella is a sangria, and I've taken the liberty of giving a traditional red wine sangria a little bit of a South Australian twist by having a gorgeous South Australian sparkling Shiraz. I've included the details for this with the recipe, and there it is, my paella. Bring it to the table in its beautiful pan, and I think you've earned a glass of sangria. This combination of flavours is traditional in Spain for a very good reason. Why not try it for yourself and find out why? Salud!